Well, welcome everyone to Steve Savant's Money, the name of the game. I'm your host, Steve Savant, syndicated financial columnist and money color commentator. On today's show, your Social Security statements are wrong. Part 1 in our series on Social Security, America's #1 retirement plan, with nationally recognized Social Security expert, Brian Doherty. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Brian, you're an MBA and finance, and you are an accountant. Your BA's in accounting. I mean, you know how to parse this stuff.
I do.
And in your book, you go out of your way to explain why people should actually wait and get paid to do it.
Yes, absolutely.
So when we're talking about this, I just saw major articles, and seriously, in the last 30 days, there's probably been, I'm going easily on USA Today, CNN Money, a lot of these shows, they're posting all kinds of traffic on Social Security. Oh, you should take your money at 62. Oh, you should wait till you're 60 or till you're age 70 and get the maximum. There's a lot of debate. Oh, widows aren't being paid their millions of dollars. What happened there? I mean, there's a lot of traffic right now on Social Security.
Yes, there is.
And you are part of that traffic as well with your book, with your online. In fact, actually, it's my understanding that if I know my Social Security numbers from socialsecurity.gov, I can go onto your site, gettingpaidtowait.com, and I can put my numbers in, and it'll tell me all the options I have and what benefits should I do to get the maximum benefit for Social Security.
Yes, absolutely. And I strongly encourage people to do that.
Okay, so that's gettingpaidtowait.com, and I want you to be able to go out there. If you have any questions, you can always shoot them to me. I'll make sure Brian gets it. We want to make sure that you're maximizing your benefits. Now, Brian, I'm in shock at your title that you gave me here. Your Social Security statements are wrong. As soon as I saw that, my heart sank. I thought, oh my gosh, you mean I'm not going to get what I was told I was going to get? But you said...
that is correct, but they're wrong in a good way, because you're probably going to get more than what your statement tells you you're going to get.
Now, why is that?
This is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen, Steve. But before I show you exactly how that works, I want to share with you this slide about COLA, because it all revolves, your statements being wrong about how they credit COLA. But I tell people, and this chart is in my book, that every year you probably want to get an increase in your Social Security benefit payment, right? You want to get a pay raise. So you want that pay raise to be as big as possible. Unfortunately, what most people do is they get the smallest pay raise possible. I'm going to show you here how to get the biggest pay raise possible. So what I did up here, you have claiming ages of as early as possible, age 62. That's the smallest benefit you could get, which would be $1,875 per month. Or if you want to get the biggest benefit, you wait till age 70. That increases that benefit by 76%. You end up getting $3,300 per month, okay? The difference starts off at $1,425 per month. Now, Steve, this column over here, we're going to look at these amounts 20 years later. I assumed a 3% COLA, and I've taken a lot of heat for assuming a 3% COLA, because people tell me, hey, have you seen what inflation's been the last 10 years, Brian? Yeah, I have. I know that. It's been a lot lower. But eventually, everything reverts to the mean, Steve. And the average COLA for the average inflation rate for the last 50 to 75 years has been 3%. So that's why I use 3%. Anyway, this 1875, 20 years later, grows to 3386. This 3300, 20 years later, grows to 5959. And now the difference has grown to $2,573 per month. Steve, everybody gets the same COLA percentage increase. It doesn't matter when you claim. But here's the point, and it's a simple one. If you apply the same percentage to a bigger number, it results in bigger dollar increases every year for the rest of your life. If I were to take this out 25 or 30 years, that difference between those two amounts would grow bigger and bigger. Same percentage, bigger number, bigger dollar increases every year. So how do you do that? Delay claiming your Social Security benefits as long as possible so you can apply that COLA percentage to a bigger number. Okay, that's how the COLA works. Now, Steve, I've showed this to some really smart people in the business, math people. They say, Brian, we understand your point about the same percentage to a bigger number, but you have a major, major flaw in your analysis. I say, hey, dude, what is it? They say, well, right here, you have this person claiming at age 62. And you say, let's look at their benefit amount 20 years later. 20 plus 62 is 82, age 82. Now they say, you have this person claiming at age 70. 20 years later, 20 plus 70 is 90. Brian, you're not comparing apples to apples. And if you did, you'd have to look at this benefit size at age 82. It's going to be a lot smaller than this. This difference is going to be a lot smaller, and the case is going to be stronger for claiming early. On the face of it, that seems like a very valid point, Steve, doesn't it?
Sure.
but it isn't because of the next slide that I'm about to show you. And Steve, this is one of the most unbelievable things I've ever seen in my 30+ years in the business. In fact, when I first read about it, I didn't believe it. I had to read it 3, 4, 5 times on the Social Security website to confirm that it was true. Because I thought nobody can do this, what I'm about to show you. Well, it turns out only the federal government can do what I'm about to show you. Here's how it works. It wasn't a valid point because of this reason. Now, Steve, when you get your Social Security statement, they show you 3 benefit amounts, right? Your benefit at your full retirement age, in this case, we're going to assume it's age 66, and they're going to get $2,500 a month, right? But they'll show you the amount you'll receive at the earliest age 62. In this case, it's going to be discounted to $1,875. The third benefit amount it'll show you is the benefit amount at age 70. In this case, $3,300. Okay, so this chart here shows the claiming ages between 62 and 70. Column B shows them, all right, they do claim at age 62. They start off with $1,875, and it grows a little bit every year because of COLA. Steve, now, if they wait until they're age 66, they don't get $2,500. They get $2,813. Why? Because Social Security, if you wait until 66, they'll take that $2,500. They'll put it into their time machine. They'll go back to the year this person was age 62. They'll see what the COLA adjustment was for that year. They'll apply it to the $2,500. Now they'll take that new number, they'll put it in their time machine, they'll go back to when this person was age 63. They'll see what the COLA adjustment was for that year, they'll apply it to the new number. Steve, they will do that for 4 years in a row, so that when this person claims they don't get $2,500, they get $2,813 because they get what I call 4 years of retroactive COLA credits. Steve, that's incredible. But the story gets even better if you wait until age 70. This person doesn't get $3,300. They end up getting $4,180. Why? Because they get 8 years of retroactive COLA credits. Steve, that's incredible, man.
Are you saying that? I want to make sure I get this, and so our audience gets it. Are you saying that whatever number I see on my socialsecurity.gov, that number does not include any of this COLA?
No, it doesn't. If you're 61 or 62 years old and you're thinking of claiming, they don't make any assumptions about COLA, so all they're giving you is the straight figure. If there's any kind of inflation adjustment over that period of time, even a 1.5% or 2% annual increase, those benefit amounts are going to be substantially bigger. I've shown this to tens of thousands of financial advisors, thousands of clients. Nobody has ever seen this before, Steve. They agree that it's one of the most unbelievable things they've ever seen, and for the life of me, I don't know why nobody else talks about it.
And in your original slide, you said the people were pointing out some potential disparity, but you're saying no, that number is actually based on this.
Based on this. So that includes the 8 years of retroactive COLA credits. So we were comparing apples to apples, the benefit amounts 20 years later, whether you claimed at 62 or 70. It's incredible.
Well, I'm thinking, of course, I'm a big proponent of waiting till 70. There's a lot of reasons why. I'm also one of the boomers that falls into the restrictive application. We'll get into that maybe a little later. But this to me is so powerful. And if there's any way to beg, borrow, steal, work till 70, this is what you want to do.
Yeah, this makes the case so much stronger for delaying, because you get these retroactive COLA credits. Because people have said to me, well, if I claim at 62, I'll get 8 years of COLA adjustments before I even claim at 70. I'm not going to miss out on those either. You don't miss out on them because of retroactive COLA credits. And Steve, once again, so those benefit amounts on your statements at your full retirement age and age 70 are probably going to be much bigger than the amounts that appear on your statements.
In your mind, just from and I'm not asking for specific, but in an estimation, if I'm waiting till 70, what can I calculate? Would be a 10% more than whatever's on my statement, or is it 12% more? What do you think it is?
Well, I would say, look, I use a 2.5% average annual COLA increase. You know, at that, you're looking at close to a 20% in addition to the benefit amounts that grow on their own. If you delay between after age 62, your benefit is guaranteed to increase by 6 to 8% per year. That does not include these COLA adjustments. If you do that, you could be looking at increases anywhere from 10 to 12% per year. Steve, I tell people that's the best deal on the street.
Yeah, there's nothing that's going to touch that. I can't sell anything that's going to do that. Okay, now I'm looking at this number. I'm thinking, wow, I'm going to go back to my statement and have a little of a happy dance here, because this is a huge, huge issue. Think about it. If you're Ida Mae Fuller, who was the first recipient of Social Security, this gal didn't die anywhere near her actual real numbers. She died at age 100. She put $24.76 in her whole total all in, and she pulled down $22,888.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, if you're going to live to age, let's just say 90, which is reasonable, 95 is still reasonable, this delay tactic is worth every dime of waiting because you may experience a serious longevity.
Absolutely. And Steve, you know what? I've talked to a lot of people that do that break-even analysis. They don't include this in their analysis. Right. And this brings the break-even age down substantially. And I say anywhere from 2 to 3 years.
Wow, that's a huge point, and I want to update my slide just because of what you just said. Well, listen, don't forget to watch our next segment. Is Social Security a Ponzi scheme? I can't believe we were saying that. Part 2 in our series on Social Security, America's #1 retirement plan. And keep in mind, before moving forward with any of the ideas on our show, always check with your tax consultant, legal counsel, financial advisor, in this case, Social Security expert Brian Doherty. You've been watching Steve Savant's Money, the name of the game.